Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the HGUC GM from GM's Counterattack. I am so happy to build this kit, and I'm really glad that I am actually reviewing this kit as well. However, I would like to apologize that I'm reviewing this kit a week late, because in Korea they were selling these Gundam-based Gundam-based exclusive kits for that week, so this got a week delayed because of that aspect. But anyway, I finally got the kit, and let's actually see what we got. First of all, the GM, it's not actually like the GM thing. The first GM means actually, or the first GM actually stands for the Gunpla Mafia, and then the second GM is actually the term GM, so it's the Gunpla Mafia GM. This kit, to those who don't really know or actually never build it, it may just look like a really build fighter version of the GM, or like a really updated GM thing, but it could be, you can look at it as that, but there's more to that in this kit. So anyway, let's get on to the review. First of all, this kit kind of mind blew me, so I might, talk a lot about it. So first, with the components, you get the GM itself, you get its shield and one beam rifle and two beam saber hilts, which everything is on the kit as well. There's one in the backpack, one on the shield, and you can see the beam rifle. I will get into those a little bit more detail. So let's get on with the components. First of all, let's see what you're supposed to get and be using. Let's get rid of this one actually. You get one polycap left over, which is the neck joint. Nothing too special. You get two beam saber hilts, your standard two beam saber effects. And then, unlike most kits, you actually get 3 heads. So this is really making you tempted to buy more than one GM. So here we go. One looks like basically the GM command type looking head, which is a really nice mold. I really like the color design. Once again, the only stickers you use are the head stickers. Beyond that, there's nothing else. Of course, for this one, in case, I did color the inside of the vents black. Well, once again, you can see all the details inside behind the visor. It's a really nice head. And this one, pretty much, I think this is like a new original type head, not exactly like the Clanche or Adele type head, but you get the gist. But it also has this interesting, unique vibe into it. Once again, I colored the inside of the vents black. But yeah, it's really good to know that you actually get 3 different heads. And this is kind of what mind blew me, the sticker sheet. You only get 4 cameras, because camera stickers for the head, because the third head that you just saw did not use any of these. So you only use these 4 pieces. And the way how the sticker sheet is, you can actually now cut any amount of stickers you want with this. So this is actually a really good idea to recycle these kind of things. Yeah, really great job, Bandai. Okay, then now let's go with the leftover parts. This is everything you don't use, which I have no idea what these are, what these are for. Maybe these are for the feet, but I'm not sure for whose feet. You get this part, which you can actually build, which I think it's like some sort of connector for a backpack or a weapon. So that's that. You get for the waist section for a different kit, which I do have an assumption for which. And beyond that, you get all these random leftover pieces. So this could be like another assumption where there's another build fighter kit that's going to come out soon, or maybe this is actually could be based on a different kit, which I do have something in mind to tell you guys. So yeah, that's that. So it's good to know you get a buttload of these extra pieces. A little bit too small pieces as well, so there are some pros and cons to that. Anyway, now let's get on to the actual articulation of this kit. Once again, this is a really fantastic kit, not because this is a GM, but its quality and its open space for customization is just mind-blowing. So for now, let me just get rid of its equipment, maybe the shield only, so we can detach the shield. And yeah, the way how the shield connection is kind of interesting. Okay, now I'm going to use the most basic looking GM head. You can see the inside the Vulcans and the side vents that I actually colored using a paneling marker. I forgot to actually color the inside of the visor in silver, but next month I'm going to buy 2 more of these with the GM weapon set, and I'm going to do that. So the head articulation, is just superb on this kit. The head can go down that much, up that much, 360 with no antenna, easy as pie, and then it can move forward and backward like that. You can see the neck movement. Some people call this the chicken neck. I don't know, or I'm not sure which. I don't have my own term for that yet. Okay, the body, nothing too special, but you can basically see the color scheme and the proportion wise. It's basically a normal gym, but in Build Fighters form. The shoulders. Now, this kit, I cannot guarantee 100%, but as far as my own experience in builds, this is kind of based on the Build Burning Gundam. So for the shoulders only, they're on a ball joint, so you can move forward and backward like that. You can move the arm to the side like this, and then you have your typical 360 twist. And then since it's on a ball joint, you can also turn the entire arm 360 as well. You have a double jointed bend on the arm, and then you have your ball jointed hand. However, you have another peg here. You have a wrist peg, so you can actually move the hands like this. However, you only get you only get two hands, which is for left and right, so you don't have much options as well. But yeah, you have some articulation on the hands as well. And also, only for the left arm, I'm having this issue where it's not like fitting in. I'm like pushing as hard as I can, but there's still a part that's like separating the pieces. I don't know why. It's not. But then again, I had this issue with the build burning as well. So on the body, the reason why I said this is kind of based on the build burning is because of this. There we go. This was in the Build Burning Gundam's gimmick. So you have plenty of articulation like that. Although this looking like this is kind of look weird, but this is mostly for the articulation. So this is a really interesting thing. And considering that we're getting a sniper rifle for its weapon set, I guess this articulation might be required. So that's that. And you do have, well, when you're building this, you kind of think that it has an ab crunch, but technically it should look like this. But it sort of has that gimmick, just letting you guys know. It has sort of an ab crunch, but not full, but you get the idea. Okay, for the backpack, it's a really generic looking backpack at first. These thrusters might pop out a little bit easy, so you might want to glue them up. Here's the part. Example. I believe these are also peg holes that you can attach. Now this is the beam saber connector. The way how this connects is really simple. It connects just by like that, just like a peg. So if you have two of these, and there's this panel, this part where you can actually pull out and reveal another hole here. Let me see if I can do that. There's another hole, so you can pretty much put this on the left or right, or if you have two of these or extras, you can make a double beam saber backpack. Or you could just color the red parts in blue and white and then make this into an RX-70 variant. Of course, you would have to change the head and maybe the beam rifle, but yeah. This kit has so many opportunities for customizing. Not only this, but you can have all these holes on the back waist, the side waist, and then there's also on these legs where you have these sorry about that. You have these panel places where you can open up, or well, technically I can just rip it out, but you have these holes on the legs, although these are like a tight fit, and there's also on the arms as well. So there's so many pegs and holes, and they actually hide it, unlike the high mod where you can see it pretty much anywhere. There's so much opportunity that you can do a lot with these. Okay, now we've seen the main body. The main body, because of the location of these waists, 360 might be tricky, but it is technically possible. Let me just zoom out a little bit. 360 should be possible like that. Whoops. And the main body is actually connected to a ball joint, so it's a really tight fit. So just be careful with that while you're pegging it in, because I almost thought I was breaking it. The waist armor, the front skirt is a single piece, but you can also separate them into individual pieces. The waist, well, the side skirt, yeah, that's not going to be an issue. You also have your side swivels like that. And then the back skirt does not move at all. The leg can go forward 90 degrees and has a double joint, excellent articulation. And your feet has your typical ball jointed feet, but the feet itself does not fold as well. So yeah, we've seen its basic articulation. We may not have a HGUC GM Revive or GM Command Revive, but I believe this, until that comes out, this will do the job for now. I am very impressed, and once again you just saw that thruster pop out, so I suggest you glue that on. So yeah, until those come out, this will basically do. It's like kind of mind-blowing for me for this to be released. Now let's look at the shield. The shield has it has this connection on here, and you can actually plug the beam saber here like that. So you can, there's two sections, so you can actually plug in both beam sabers like that. So each arm on the back has a hole, and you have this peg here which actually has some movement. Sorry about that. You can move around like that. So what you can do is you have this handle, you plug it in, you'll need to take off the handguard and then connect the back the peg into the back hole of the arm, and there you go, you have a connection. It may not feel firm, but it's pretty secure if you ask me. You can pretty much do all sorts of poses, and it's not the exact same shield as the RX-78, but a different type of shield. So yeah, it has its own unique vibe to that. And the only other weapon you get is the beam rifle or beam gun. This is not exactly the same beam spray gun as the original Jim uses, but once again, it's more like a modified build fighter's version, and I really love the design. I believe if you buy the Jim weapon set, you get another one of these, so yeah, dual pistol it is. And finally, for the beam saber, I'll take the one on the backpack. It holds it pretty well actually. You just need to slide it in like that. Let me just do it like this. You can just slide it in like that, and you have no problem at all. And you can see it's now holding in the handle, but the shield is still on, so that's a good secure connection if you ask me. Okay, now that was basically it. Now I guess a lot of people would, I'm not sure why would you guys ask, but some people might still ask if this is based on the old HGUC GM. I would give you a big slap and tell you no. This is an entirely new kit, new mold. Well, not exactly entirely new, since the gimmick was already shown in the build burning, but you get the idea. If you're a big fan of the gyms, or if you're a big fan of customizing your kit, this is a kit for you. And this, I believe, is like the best build fighters kit if you ask me. The kit that actually now shows you what a build fighter kit would do or is capable of. Now, before I end this off, here is like a comparison between, I don't have the original HGUC GM, but I do have the GM 2. Here is like a comparison. Now, you can see like proportion wise they're kind of different. The GM 2 looks more clunky, while the GM actually has this really sleek, slim look and really looks faster and stronger if you ask me. But yeah, you can see like the difference, and it's really up to you. I honestly love both kits, but for build fighters, the GM is like the best kit I have ever seen up until now. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the review. Thank you for watching the review. I'll be now building the HG Star Burning Gundam, and the review will be up tomorrow, so just letting you guys know. Thank you for watching the review. This was the review of the GM from Jim's Counterattack. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. If I got anything wrong, leave a comment below as well. I still have more kits to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.